starring your beautiful host, Mr. Arizona. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Hopefully, everybody's feeling well. And hopefully, everybody is having a great day. Um, wow. I have some few things to talk about. and now, this is no offense, okay? I understand as my sister said she's in here, but I can't see her. Oh, there it is. Now it shows up. Okay, hopefully she'll show up as a comment here in a little bit. If she's blocked, let me know and I'll unblock her. I don't know how to unblock her from here, but I'll try. So, but, oh, there she is. Well, hello there. And go. Hold on. And there you go. I think I got you. Okay. So, anyway, let me go into my little office place here because we have to have a little talk about something. Now, I'm trying to be, should I say, as delicate about this as humanly possible. Okay? Now, I understand that, people get old. I understand that. Can everybody hear me okay, first of all? Hopefully everybody can. Okay. I understand that, people get old. People get out of shape at times. Okay? I get it. I understand that people, tend to not look so good. But I want to tell you something. There's this guy named Jack LaLanne. He is 65 or 70. He was 65 to 70 years old. And he still had the mentality of a this way you can see my face here. All right, let me get that down there. Like that. Let me kind of adjust. Hi, Sissy Poos. But anyway, all right. Now we're going to get down to brass tacks. Now, I know a lot of y'all out there are big fans of this woman that I'm about to talk about. And I understand all of that, okay? Yeah. Anyway, I understand all that. It's all good to me. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me really good when I talk about this. Okay. There's this woman. I believe you all know who she is. I'm sure everybody knows who she is. Her name starts with a T and ends with an A. You guys? Well, now I understand that when we get older, we don't look as good as when we were younger, okay? I get that. I've kind of packed on a few pounds myself and yada, yada, yada. But I'm telling you one thing. This woman, when she was younger, because I've seen her pictures, she was smoking hot. I mean, she was a fox. She was a fucking fox. Now, personally, I really don't know what happened. It might be depression related. It might be something else. I mean, I don't really know. Hold on, let me get my lights set up so that we can discuss this. Because this is a very, very kind of touchy subject here. Because I personally, I do not like making fun of people's weight. I do not like making fun of people's physical or mental condition, because I suffer from a physical and mental condition myself. So I understand. Why is this section of light not working? Here we go. But I understand where people are coming from in this particular juncture. I get it. I understand it. But for some reason, this woman that is in question, she really, really let herself go. Yeah, but you know what? Here's what it is about you. Sis, what it is about you is that you take care of yourself. You do whatever you can to take care of yourself. You've been doing that. This woman, for some reason, does nothing. I don't know what's going on in, I'm not really sure what's going on in her personal life, which technically it's none of my business. Oh shit, hold on. Technically it's none of my business. But at the same time, she looked absolutely horrible when I saw her on the last video. I don't know what's going on, but maybe she has underlying health problems that nobody understands or knows about. I get that. But still, man, she looked really, really bad. And that made me a little bit concerned. Because, I know we weren't meant to last forever. I get that. But from what I saw, man, dude, she's got to do something about her health, man. Because if she doesn't do it for herself, at least do it for her son. Because her son depends on her more than she'll ever know. I know for a fact that her son really loves her deeply. and they both do what they can to protect one another and to look out for one another as a family, because that's what family does. That's what real family does. And the one in the chat there, she knows as well, because she's got a darling family, a very darling family. She's got a very, very nice husband that would do anything for her. She's got 3 beautiful kids, and she's got an awesome life. And she's doing what she can, to keep going. And I commend her for that. She has gone through everything there is in the world, everything that life can throw at her. She's been through it. And you know what? The Burger King guy is finally saying, you know what? I finally relinquish my crown to you. You deserve it. She is now the Burger Queen. And she deserves all the recognition that goes with it. Because this woman right here, she's a fighter. And I hope that someday, I hope that someday, somewhere, sometime along the line, love you too. But I hope that someday, somewhere, sometime along the line, I hope that she tells her story as to how basically she got what she got, and the steps that she's using to handle that. Because I believe that that would be a very, very good story. And I believe that that would reach out to a lot of people in this world that need it. And when the time comes, I hope that she tells her story. Because just remember, the world is yours. And you get to do with what you want with it. Because in this world are all your dreams, hopes, and everything else. It's all you. It's your life. You decide what to do with it. Here's to you, sis. This beer was the first and the last decent beer that I ever had since I quit drinking. I'll always carry this can because it has nostalgic value as well as sentimental value. I remember when me and my sister were on the phone. And I remember this distinctly. Yeah. I'll arrange that for you, and that way you can talk and speak and, just say your side and say what's going on. But anyway, let's go back to this. I remember one time when I was talking on the phone with my sister, and she said, and I quote, I said, "Man, I'm drinking." And she was like, "Man, I wish I could drink, damn it, but I'm on these pills." And you know what I said? The very same day. I said, "You know what? If you don't drink, I don't drink." This was the last beer, the last alcoholic beverage I ever had since that day. And it's been almost 2 years since I made that promise, and I'm still keeping it. And I'm going to keep it till the day I die. Guarantee you. With the special exception of special occasions that come up, such as New Year's, my birthday, the holidays. That's it. But for some, like on my birthday, I was supposed to take a shot of tequila. I didn't. I missed it. Because I just didn't really feel like it that much. So that was looked over. And for Christmas, I did the same thing. But for New Year's, I took one. But that was it. So, yeah. Actually, okay. All right. I will. Yep. I'll never forget that day either. Just like the day that I made a promise to my daughter 5 years ago. She was we went to the smoke shop, and this was while she was pregnant with my granddaughter. We went to the smoke shop because she was gonna smoke some weed. And finally we purchased the stuff. And then in the parking lot, she said, "Look, Dad, after this, I'm quitting smoking weed and I'm not going to smoke no more. So if I'm going to do it, I want you to promise me that you're not going to do it either." I said, "You know what? Deal." And that was 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And I've still held on to that promise ever since. I haven't smoked anything. Nothing. No cigars, no weed, nothing. Been holding on to that promise for 5 years. And I'm still going. Yep. Also, there's another promise that I made to my sister as well. And I want you guys to be the reason why I'm saying this is because I personally am a man of my word. When I promise you that I'm going to do something, then I'm going to follow through and I'm going to do it, whether you believe me or not. I'm going to follow through and I'm going to do it because I am a man of my word. I've been a man of my word since the day I was born, and I'm not going to change. Never. But anyway, I made another promise to her. I'm going to tell you how it went, tell you how it is. My sister always used to freak out when I would cross my busy street just to get to a bus stop. And she said, AZ, I want you to promise me that you will never cross that street like that ever again. Because I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want to see you get hit by a car. Promise me you'll never do that again. And I did. There was 2 exceptions that I had. One, I had a specimen sample. It was a stool sample. I had to get it to the doctors quick. It was time sensitive. So I had to put a rush on that. And the second time, now this was my dumbass fault. This was my dumbass fault. I was running late for a doctor's appointment. And I had to zip right by quickly. Those were the only 2 that I threw caution to the wind and didn't give a fuck. But both of them were the fault's on me, nobody else. Yeah. Yes, sis. Yeah, see, she knows. My sister knows. And that's the reason why I either use the crosswalk on the one side or the crosswalk on the other side. But if I have to go to the grocery store, I don't go to the one down the street no more because I almost got robbed there. So I just go to the one that's right down the street from me. It's a little further away, but the safety issue on it is a little better than the other one. So, yeah. So that was the smarter of the 2. But only thing I don't like about it is because the bus doesn't drop me off right in front of my neighborhood. The bus goes on the opposite side of the street. So once again, I have to stop and use the crosswalk to get across, and it takes me a little bit longer to get home, walking wise. But hey, I'd rather be safer than basically smeared on the pavement. So yeah, it's been kind of cold, wet, and rainy over here lately. It really has. It was warm here for a little while, and then all of a sudden it just started getting really cold. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, other than that, um, shit, everything seems to be doing okay. I'm sure that I have to go in a little while and clean up the kitchen and do my own thing and all that. But I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there like an old pear. I had to mess around with a leaky toilet yesterday. Yeah. See, that's the best thing about it is that everything that she goes through, I go through right behind her. And sometimes everything that I go through, she goes through right behind me. But usually she's the first, and then I go right behind her. It's just standard issue. That's the way it is. Yeah, I am doing well. I'm thinking about maybe going back to live streaming on my other channel, but not sure how it's going to work. Now, I did talk. I went on Nelson's panel the other day, and I met a new friend. And she says that she could possibly help me out with my little problem or my little predicament. So yeah, I am going to be careful, but this woman seemed nice. But if she could help me out to just get this individual off my back and out of my hair, that would be great. That way I could go live and not have to worry about being trolled, screwed with, or getting harassed or upset anymore. That way I can have normal, calm streams to where I can start cooking, talking, and doing the usual that I do. Now, I do have to, I got to figure out, because, the weather's going to start warming up here pretty soon. And I'm going to want to do, which I haven't done in a long time, I want to do a chilling and grilling stream. I haven't done one of those in literally months. And that's because I've been really focusing my phones right now on at least, the very least I could get, if I can't get a washer dryer set together, at least I could get the washer and then save up and then later on get the dryer. But the main thing is the fucking washer, because my wife is tired of toting her clothes all the way over there and toting them back. She's tired of wasting money in there. No, she wants to get her own washing machine. So we could actually make that work. I'm up to like $300 right now, almost 400. So I've been just saving little change here, little change there, because I promised my wife I would. But at the same time, when I want to do a chilling and grilling stream and buy the carne asada, buy the hot dogs, all that kind of stuff, I can't do it because I don't have any extra money, because all my extra money goes into buying that particular appliance. So that's why it's been a while since I did a chilling and grilling stream. So yeah, so that's the whole thing there. So yeah. See, normally I just go to the grocery store and pick out whatever and do whatever, but my wife gets pissed when I do that. So I have to kind of watch myself every month because, you know, my wife is trying to save money, and I get us to understand why. Because if something major, I'm talking about something major, if something major happens here, like if the air conditioning goes out, or a pipe breaks, or a pipe bursts, you know, anything major happens here, we need to have a little bit of extra money to fall back on. How the hell are we going to do that if we don't have any money in the bank or anywhere else? So that's why I've been very, very careful as to how I spend my money. Very careful. You know, hopefully. Now, my wife's going to go to the store because she doesn't trust me, obviously. But when I go grocery shopping, like I said, here's the thing. Here's the thing what we do. Okay. For one thing, I go grocery shopping, right? I get the shit that I want to get. Okay? My wife goes grocery shopping. She gets the things that she wants to get. Okay? Now, not everything that she gets I particularly like. And not everything that I get she particularly likes. And that's where we kind of friction with one another. And then that's when she comes out with, why did you spend money on that? Why did you spend money on this? It's not her fault. It's just that I buy a lot of stuff that she doesn't like to eat or consume. And she buys a lot of stuff that I don't like to eat and consume. So that's where we clash with one another. It's not her fault and it's not my fault. It's just, we're two separate individuals with two separate tastes. It happens. I went in the cupboard today, and for the first time, there was barely anything in there. I mean, that was the first time that ever happened like that. Usually, we always have a well-stocked cupboard and fridge and all that kind of stuff. But, like I said, I've been trying to pay attention to really, really be frugal with my spending because I really want to get my wife a washer dryer. But right now I'm focusing on if I could just get the washer, that's fine. We'll get the dryer at a later date. So, because we can always dry our clothes outside and no big deal, In fact, I was almost thinking about maybe either having one built or do it myself and make a clothesline for my wife to hang her clothes on. We do have a clothesline out back, one of those little old-fashioned things, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm talking about one that's got a post here, and I've got the post hole digger to do it. I can dig down like this, put the wooden slab in there, or the metal slab in there, the metal thing, put the metal thing in there, put a little hook on the end of it, and then put the string on it, and then, well, there's one, and then put the string on it, and there's, I could have like 3 or 4 lines going like that. And they'd be about 6 feet tall. About 6 feet tall. And they'd be like, I don't know, about what? 4 or 5 foot wide. Enough to get about 1, 2, 3, at least 4 lines on there from there to there. And then the width would probably be about 10 foot, pretty close, 10 foot. I would say about 10 feet long and about 4 or 5 foot wide and about 6 to 8 feet tall. And that would be good for me and the wife because, it's, to me, it's better when you hang your clothes outside to dry. It just, there's a feeling about that it's just, my mom always used to hang her clothes out to dry. Always did. She would wash them and then she'd hang the clothes out dry. Always did. But then once she got a dryer, all that changed. So, but yeah, we could work around not having a dryer. That's fine. But the washer is the main thing. That's of utmost importance out of everything. The dryer, like I said, we do have a dryer. It works kind of half-ass, but we do have one. So, that will work temporarily until I save up and get a new dryer. Then after I save up to get a new dryer, I'm going to save up to either get a new stove or a new refrigerator. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you see? See, my mom was right about that. Yep. That's true too. And plus they smell better, they're crisper, they're fresher, they're cleaner. It's a thing. It is. I mean, it really is. You know what's funny? I actually forgot about what I was going to mainly talk about. I totally lost track as to what the hell I was going to mainly talk about. Because it's just, it just kind of slipped my mind. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It does that 100%. It does do that. That's true, by the way. That is true. But, wow, man. Can you believe I've been on here for almost 40 minutes and I'm still running my trap? Like I said, oh, by the way, that challenge is still on. I have not charged up anything. Not one single goddamn thing. With the exception of 3 devices. My 2 cell phones and my laptop. That's it. So far, I've lost all of my battery charging units. I've lost all those. They're completely discharged. And I've gone through about 3 of them. No, make that 4. 2 big ones and 2 little ones. Yep. And I lost a pair of earphones today. They discharged. So I'm on my second pair of earphones. I'm hoping that these will last. If not, then it's onto my speakers. If I could last this month, I'll be great. Then that means, because I've been going at this, believe it or not, I started this challenge for myself on the 1st of October of last year, and I'm still going strong. October, November, December, January, almost 5 months. I'm on my 5th month right now, month number 5. If I could get through this month, then I'll be on my 6th month. Right now, I'm on month number 5. So we're going to strive to see if I can get through just this month. Now, this month is going to be dicey because I've got no charging blocks. No charging blocks of any kind. I've got none. So, and I've been trying to be very frugal with with my usage on this thing, on these things. So we'll see if I can make it. Cross your fingers and pray. I hope I can. At least until I hope I can make it through this month. I pray I make it through this month. I pray. Because like I said, you did that with your scrubs. Oh, okay. So we'll see. We'll see if I can last this month. And I'm actually going to show you. Was this thing charging or was it just not doing anything? I hope it was. But anyway, I'm going to actually show you the amount of devices that I have left. Okay. I'm going to have to show you the light here. Hold on. Okay. I've got one speaker here, got one speaker over here, and I've got another speaker right here. I've got 3 speakers here, plus I've got one speaker here and one speaker right here. And that is the extent of the devices that I have on hand. Now, I know I have another pair of earphones rolling around here somewhere. I just have to find out where I stashed them. Ah, they're right here. I'm going to add these to the collection. Hopefully they are not discharged. If they are, I'm fucked. But we're going to add that. And plus, also, guys, hold on, let me turn these off because I'm not going to be back in here. Okay. Also, and I'm going to show you this as well. Also, I have in my closet, and I'm hoping that this works. Let me, okay, let me turn on the light. But I do have big speaker right here. So hopefully all of those devices that I have left, I'm hoping that I could make it another month. I really hope so. I seriously hope so. So if I could make it another month, it would be great. Yeah, I know. But the only problem with these big speakers is that they don't last long. You know, they don't hold the charge very long. They're loud. Trust me, they're loud. But they suck up a lot of battery juice. So we'll see whether or not I survive or not. And you know for a fact, when I finally plop down for an electricity drink, you know for a fact that it's going to probably take me 2 or 3 days to fully recharge everything. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. So, hopefully, through all this, I'll be able to survive. Sis, I want to show you something. And you're really going to like this. Check that out. I believe you're into antiques. And this is definitely an antique. Yep. It's kind of been a little bit scratched up because, you know, it's been in the shop, you know, over there. And here's the back of it. So you can see that I'm legit and that I'm not lying. In the back of there, that's actually an air filter. You can switch out. So, yeah, but this thing, I swear to God, this thing really, really heats up a room. But right now, it's windy and it's cold. And we are at 60 degrees outside. As you could somewhat see. So yeah, it's abnormally cold for this time of year. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and head out because I've got to use the bathroom. So you guys take care and much love. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And as usual, thank you for watching. Love you guys.